Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Magic the Gathering Arena. And the first look at this one, we got through the tutorial levels, and now we've been asked to choose a color to learn more about the individual, deck archetypes. So today we'll run through the first one we chose, which if you'll recall was the black deck, and it's titled Cold-Blooded Killers. Not sure what's in here. It looks like we got some demons, vampires, a few bits and pieces, some spells. But let's learn a bit more about the interactions by running through the, I guess there's another tutorial, so let's jump into it. Alright, so we play against this one, which is green, I guess. Let's see how this goes. Looks like there's a pretty in-depth tutorial system. I thought it was over after the first 5 games that we played, but looks like they're going to teach us a bit about each colour too, which is good. So we're playing against Vivian Reed, and we're going first. So pop out a swamp. What do we got? Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Malakir Cullblade. Alright, that's cool. And target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Gets an additional -1/-1 until end of turn for each card named Compound Fracture in your graveyard. Okay, so for each of these we play, it does more damage than the next one. Alright. Let's play our Malakir Cullblade. So that's like a ramp card, they can add extra mana with it. But with 3 lands, we could play another Malakir Cullblade, and we can kill that and buff both of these guys. That's a pretty cool interaction. Alright, now we've got 2 2/2s. Yep, swing in. We can still block with this one if we need to. So he's going to play another Mystic. Oh, look at that, we've got another Compound Fracture. Let's throw out a Swamp. Let's Compound Fracture that, I guess. I'm not sure if... I don't know if that's really worth using on him to do 2 damage, but it effectively gets us 6 damage to the face, so... we'll throw out this Typhoid Rats, which is a 1/1 with Death Touch. Any amount of damage a source with Death Touch deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's attack with these 2. I don't really want to use that on a 1/1. He's not going to block anyway. Well, he'll have to block next turn. But that effectively gives him... yeah, enough mana to do that. So our Compound Fracture does 1/1, 2/2, 3/3 minus on him, which means that if we swing in and he blocks one of them with this, we can kill it with the Malakir Cullblade, I guess. So I guess we all attack because that can't block. So we're guaranteed to get, what, 4 damage to the face. So we Compound Fracture this so that it trades, and that buffs to a 4/4. Leaves her on 2. Oh good, he's got a second one. Unfortunately, there is not a lot we can do about that. We're going to have to not attack this turn. I don't expect her to attack either. Oh no, she's got another Primordial Worm. Excellent. So we just got a second Typhoid Rats. I think the problem is that her deck is going to be bigger than ours. Okay, so we can give something -4/-4 with that. I'm not sure what we would do with that though. Do we swing in an attack or not? So he's got 4 blockers. We could kill that. So you can let through one of these. He's got to sack a creature to block one of them. Alright, what happens if we attack? Oh, that interaction keeps it alive. They all tap though, so... Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't know, I don't think I played that right. We won, but I think I made a misplay there somehow. I think the computer made a misplay as well, otherwise I don't think we would have won that one. Yeah, let's just call it a lucky win. Alright, so we are getting rid of just plain 2/2s. This is a 3-mana 5/5 if you discard a card. And this is a 1/1 flying. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's pretty good. Alright. We have a second match against PC here. Ajani Goldmane. Alright, looks like we're going first again. What's this? Return Sanitarium Skeleton from your graveyard to your hand. That's pretty cool. So we can just pull it back every time from the graveyard. Alright. So I guess I could just use that to block over and over again, effectively. Next. Full attack. Okay, so that's an instant. I can destroy a creature on their turn with it, and so is that. Okay. So having my mana available is good. They play something that I don't want to be out there. Do I want to let him have that? I guess we play this turn. Hang on, what? Oh, it's got to be on the board first. Okay, now I could do it. And we can play our Savage Gorger. And then if we attack, that gets +1/+1 and becomes a 2/2 with flying. Drat. Alright, so I think what we do, if we play a second Sanitarium Skeleton, we attack with this, and if he blocks with that, then we kill it with a Compound Fracture. Although that leaves us with no cards in hand, unfortunately. Hang on, what's that? Oh, we had that when we were doing our first session. They just keep gaining life off of those. And there's not a heck of a lot we can do about it. But we can keep buffing him up by hitting him in the face. Oh, I don't like that. How many of these have we got in our graveyard? Just one, which means I can only do 2 damage. Let's just attack with that. I hope that he swings with that one, because I want to kill that one. You couldn't have gone to combat first. Alright, looks like we're going to be revitalizing these guys a fair bit. Alright, let's get rid of him. To slow them down a little bit. Oh, so that's still counted. Hang on. Can I... Maybe I can't do that on... Maybe I can only do that on my turn. Yeah, okay, I can only do that on my turn. Oi, 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 this is getting out of hand now. Gonna need to draw something this turn. At least we can block that. And then I guess we're off to the races. I don't know that a swamp actually helps us all that much. So I guess we just use those two to block as much damage as we can each turn. And then we have lethal next turn, unless he's got a flying blocker. That doesn't help him. We're going to have 9 damage next turn. So we're just going to block that one and that one. We're going to end up on 9. We don't even need to summon these, I don't know why I did that. Oh well. And we win! Alright, that makes sense. Just blocking these giant creatures with these tiny skeletons. And I wonder what we get off the back of that one. So we're losing just 2 1s for a 6 mana flying. Nightmare's power and toughness are each equal to the number of swamps you control. Okay, that's interesting. If you're playing just a straight black deck, it'd have to come out at least as a 6/6. Okay, and Skeleton Archer. When it is the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to any target. Alright, looks like we're up against red deck. Okay. Let's see what lesson they're trying to teach us here about the black deck. Chandra Nala. It's a lesson that red decks are very aggressive, because I knew that. But he can block a 1/1 quite easily enough. Can't block a 2/2 that easily though. I think we compound fracture this. Do we compound fracture that? Because now that does 2/2 damage. I guess we'll just do it. if we can keep their board clear, then all the better for us. But the problem is we don't have a lot of other answers in our hand now. Oh, now they're throwing out 3-3s like they're going out of style. So I guess at least we can block that. No attacks. What is that? If you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. Oy, 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 that's pretty terrifying. I guess we don't block that. And not that our 1/1 skeleton's worth a lot. What would be the point of doing 1 damage to one of these? I don't see any point. At least we can trade effectively now. Guess we block like that. Oh, we just got Scrooged. I guess the best case is that we take a little bit less damage now. I'm getting the feeling I've misplayed this somehow. Might end up having to have a second go at this one, I'd say. So that would come out as a 6/6. Or do we just wait? We'd be eating 7 damage. So I'll get rid of that. It goes back into the graveyard, which means I can call it back again, but at least it gives us a 5/5 on the board. She's got 2 cards in hand. Let's block that. I'm sure she's got a trick up her sleeve, which will buff this up. There it goes. Yep. That thing's getting to be quite terrifying. I fail to see how this is going to help us, to be perfectly honest. All we're really doing here is treading water. Oh, good. Like, we're just dead next turn, essentially. I don't see what's going to change between this turn and next turn, unfortunately. Yep, we're dead. Alright, so I obviously misplayed that somewhere along the lines. Just not sure how to deal with that. Maybe I need to hold on to that debuff spell that I cast. Oh, I got a reward for something or another. Alright, let's give it another go. All part of the learning experience. I'm presuming these follow a set. Yeah, I'll start with the exact same cards in hand. Alright. Let's do that. I guess I just don't kill the 2/2. I think I still need to kill the 1/1, or actually if I wait and I choose not to block, when he attacks with that I can kill it. We let the 3/3 go. Pass. We compound fracture that. Then we block it. We keep our skeleton alive. And we end our turn because next turn potentially we can kill this with a compound fracture, or we can kill the thing that came out. Kind of helps knowing what cards are going to play, I guess. No attacks. End my turn and we'll have a compound fracture available. Alright. Oh, it's not going to attack. So it's going to buff up to a 3/3. It's going to resolve. I guess we kill it with our compound fracture. We keep this alive. And then this turn we kill this. And then we no attacks. So 100% she's got a sorcery. That's going to buff this up. It will not die. I'm just going to block it with that. At least that way we keep our 3/3 on the board. Now, do we attack? That's the question. So this is already going a little bit differently to last time. I've got 5 mana on board. Next turn I could play that potentially. No, we're not going to attack. We're going to hold back. See what she does. We're just going to tank that. I guess because she doesn't need to, she's not buffing it. Alright, let's get our skeleton back. Let's get an outrider out for our skeleton. Not going to attack because I can then block with the archer next turn. Although I imagine there's a spell coming this turn. This will buff this up, I would think. Yep, there it is. She was waiting on that. So we're gonna have to attack at some point. So next turn I guess we're playing the Nightmare. Oh, she's shocking that. And she's not attacking. Oh no, it's her turn. She did that on my turn. She's got one card in hand. I have to presume... Oh no, she can't actually block this turn. Did we play this? So I think what we do is we leave the Nightmare in hand for now, and we get our roadblocks, our speed humps in the way. Yes, attack. Now, is she going to play something on my turn? No, she's playing it on her turn. So she's going straight to the dome with that. I don't know what that one card in her hand is, so... But we'll just keep road blocking her. Oh, look at that. We've got a murder. Oh, that changes the landscape a little bit. So just survive as long as you can until you draw an answer. That seems to be our methodology here. She's just going 6 to the dome again. There we go. We've got through the red challenge. It was a little bit trickier, that one. Definitely misplayed the first time around, so I'm glad that we could redeem ourselves in that game. And we're getting Soul Hunter Rakasha. Soul Hunter can't block when it enters the battlefield. If you cast it from your hand, it deals 1 damage to target opponent for each swamp you control. Alright, to 5/5 for 5, that blasts the opponent. Enchant creature has lifelink, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're up against blue. Jace Beleren, whatever. Who is just throwing out flying beasties straight off the bat. Guess we typhoid rats because we've got nothing else to do. I'll just play out the only things I've got. Now, I'm not going to attack. I don't really care about 1 damage, and I want to block that if it attacks. Oh, that's another flying one. A 2/2. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less. That's pretty good. Alright. Let's block that. See if... see what else we can pull out of the woodworks. Sanitarian skeleton because we can re-summon it. He can block that this turn, so no attacks. Not sure how I'm going to deal with all of these flying creatures, to be perfectly honest. Oh look, there's another one. Alright, I can blast 1 out of the sky next turn. You get one of these gone. At least that's 2 less damage, and it makes neither of these really blockable. Oh god, he just keeps drawing cards off of that. So I can kill one of them next turn. Alright, so we play our swamp. We play this on... It's got lifelink, so we want to gain as much life as we can, I guess. So we play that, we compound fracture that, and then we swing for the fences. Because that gives us 13 damage. He's unsummoning it, that's annoying. Oi! He's gonna bounce something else of mine now. We're in some trouble here. Alright. I've only got 5 mana. I've only got 5 health. That thing's going to swing in for 5 next turn anyway. I don't have any way. You know what I need to do? I needed to play it on the skeleton archer. I don't think there's anything I can do here. I don't have another one of those in my graveyard, do I? I do. Best I can do is get rid of this 2/2. There is nothing else I can really do. Because that just blocks. Yep, we're cooked here. So I think I needed to spread out the threats. Maybe that was my problem. I didn't spread the threats enough. Alright, we'll give it another try. Oh, look, they're telling me having many creatures oppose a threat is better than one big creature. Yeah, I just figured that out. Thanks, thanks, Magic. Alright, let's get our typhoid rats out. And then we just essentially try and make the best play we can for each turn. Although we do need to think a few turns ahead, I guess, as well. No attacks. Okay. Let's get our Mardu Outrider out at the cost of our Sanitarium Skeleton. No attacks. We don't want to trade for that. We want to kill the Zephyr Gull. No, the Cloudkin Seer next turn. With our Skeleton Archer. That's such a powerful combo. Yep, full attack. We really need to swing in for that 8 damage. And we can see that he's keeping mana open for that unsummon, I guess. So he's going to swing in for 5. Nothing I can do about it. we'll play it on the archer so that we've got 3 big threats. Then we're going to compound fracture that Kinsia. Got 2 4/4s and a 5/5. And all attack. Which one's he going to unsummon? Five, 5. That's okay. So we get 4 life back off of the Skeleton Archer as well. Skeleton Archer will be coming back to our hand, I would imagine. Okay, so big question time. I can kill 2 of these by playing Skeleton Archer, getting rid of the Cloud Kinsia, which buffs up the Cull Blade. I can then compound fracture the Warden. Meaning that he will have to double block me if I swing now, because he has to block. Oh no, he can't. He has to just sack that, because that's tapped. So I'm going to get a good trade here, and he's got 1 card and 1 mana. Very nice. And he's cooked. Excellent. Alright, definitely a lesson there about spreading your threats out. That's what we learned. And what do we get? Demon of Loathing, 7/7 flying trample. When it comes into play, when it deals combat damage to a player, that player sacks a creature. You draw 2 cards and each opponent discards 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life. Okay. And murder. Alright. So, I assume this... I don't know what deck we're playing against now. The Ginger 6/7. This is a player we're playing against. Oh, hello. Your opponent is waiting for their initial mulligan choice, so we can choose to mulligan or not. You will return 1 card at the bottom of your library. Alright, let's keep it. We've got some answers and a 2-drop. I don't know what he's playing, but I don't know if they match you up against someone at the same level or not, but we'll play it out. Whether we win or lose is irrelevant. It's about learning the game. I'm not sure what functionality that has. Obviously it's not our turn though. To combat. Oh, it was our turn, but it didn't show up on our first main. Alright, let's play our Malakir Cullblade out. See if we can't get any traction with that. Add 1 mana of any color. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, add 2 of that mana instead of 1. Okay. We're going to drop down a swamp. And he's got no mana available, so let's compound fracture it. And then we'll combat phase, we'll swing in. And then as a last step, we'll drop the Typhoid Rats down. He's most likely going to try and ramp here. Yeah, resolve it. Alright, let's grab out a swamp. Let's just attack. I was thinking about playing Compound Fracture, but I don't know, I think we need to save that against a green deck. Is he going to block it? So I could still... Compound Fracture it, because that would mean you get a 5-drop out next turn otherwise. At the very least, that gives us a 3-3 on the board. I don't want to use all of my answers too soon. So I can keep my Typhoid Rats alive if I do that, but is it worth it? I genuinely don't think it is. Yeah, you can have that, I don't care. Draw something good though, that's incredibly important. So I can block with this, and I can buff it up and make it indestructible. You want to use all your mana on that? I'm absolutely fine with it, to be honest. Kind of hope he swings here. No. Could really use another land, actually. Be interesting to see if he's willing to trade. Kind of need another swamp, actually. At least then we can get Senya Vampire out. Perfect. If he's willing to sack both his creatures, I'm happy with that. Not a problem. That clears the way. If I get one more swamp, no, I need 2 more swamps to drop the Demon of Loathing. Oh well, he quit. Well, we won our first game against another player, so the Ginger 6712, well played. Pretty sure that finishes our black tutorial just from looking at the icons across the bottom. And we get common wildcard, redeem this wildcard for any common. Oh, so that's like crafting. uncommon wildcard, and cosmetic change for our Skeleton Archer. Lovely. So that's it. That's our first single color tutorial. So thank you for joining me once again. Make sure you keep tuned. Like the video if you're enjoying it. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications when our next video goes up. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And I'll catch you next time.